Hello, my name is Ian Lee. I'm an old-time Western swing and jazz musician from Central Texas. Today is episode 2 in a series I'm making called Let's Practice Together. The idea behind the series is to address the technical side of our practice. So while I believe that learning tunes and songs and basically learning the music that you want to enjoy, no matter what the genre is, the thing that you're trying to play, that is the most important, if not one of the most important things you can do when it comes to actually engaging with your instrument. Having these technical sides to your practice, it doesn't have to be a lot, especially initially, just a little bit, and if you're consistent with it daily, can really, really help you grow in your instrument in a lot of different ways. So I wanted to make some videos that help to address those things, one from just a explaining it process, so just helping to understand the theory behind what's happening, but also at the end of each video, I will play through whatever exercise. In this instance today, it will be a D major scale, and I want you to play along with me, and you can use that as much as you want. So you can use it 1,000 times, you can use it 1 time, it's up to you, but I'm here to be a guide in your own process, and hopefully you can go off on your own eventually, right? If you do have any questions or anything that you're running into when it comes to playing the violin or the fiddle, something that's kind of you feel like might be holding you back, please let me know in the comment section or shoot me an email, which I'll leave in the description. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to make a video that might be able to help you in your own process and your own journey with this really beautiful instrument. So let's get to the scale. Today we're going to do D major. In episode 1 we did A major. Now the great thing about the way these scales look and feel on the fiddle is they are the same shape. What do I mean by that? Just in case you didn't watch the first video or you aren't aware of my language in that. Well, I mean that when we play scales and patterns on the violin, things tend to look a very specific way, and a lot of things repeat themselves. So you can start to take note of these scale patterns and these kind of finger patterns, people call them. So for example, on A major, we played open A, 1 on A, and then we had space between the first and the second finger, so we play like this, right? See that space there. And then 3, there's no space, right? I just put 3 right next to 2, and we play from there. So the next thing we do to keep moving forward in our scale is we play open E, 1 on E. We play 2 with space between the first and the second finger, and then we play the third finger right next to that too. So that makes our A major scale. The great thing about that pattern, so the finger pattern is open string and then 1, 2, 3 look like this. You can take that pattern to the D and A strings, and now you have a D major scale. So you're using the same shape, but you get to play in a different key. That won't always work all the time, but there's a lot of ways in which that will work. Okay? So something that I like my own students to do, that I recommend you do as well, is know the key signature of the scale you're playing, and then know how to spell the scale. Memorizing that kind of stuff and internalizing it can be so helpful as you develop your musicianship, and you don't have to overthink it. It's just something that just comes up naturally, right? So the key signature for D major is 2 sharps, F sharp, and C sharp. Those notes on our violin, at least for D major 1 octave, are the 2 on the D string and the 2 on the A string. Okay, it's those 2 notes. And then to spell D major, we say D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So whenever you're practicing the scale, you could say that stuff out loud to yourself. You could have like make a flashcard. You could write it down. Whatever works for you, but I really cannot emphasize how much, again, having those things like that internalized is so beneficial to your playing over the long term and your ability to pick up tunes quick and jam more and all the things, right? So let's go ahead and practice some D major together. So we will use that same scale pattern. I'll just go through it before I actually do the practice track for y'all. So we'll play D, we'll play 1, then we'll play a 2. So we don't play a low 2. My language is low 2 when 2 is right next to 1. So we're going to play a regular 2, which is away from the first finger. Then we'll play a 3 next to that. That's our G natural. Then we'll play A, and then 1 on A, and put some space there for a 2 on A. That's our C sharp, and now we've hit our first octave, D. So I'm going to play through that whole scale. I'll just do it one time, then you can rewind the video as much as you need and use that over and over again. I'm going to repeat the third finger at the very top of the scale when I come back down. So I'll mention it when I'm playing it and you'll hear it. I'm going to use a shuffle bow, and I'm going to go slow, so meaning that every note is going to get this. And if you need to have time to listen through, practice with it. Listen through, practice with it. There's no right or wrong to this. There's no rush. Take your time and enjoy yourself. All right. Here we go. D major, 1 octave. Ready, go. Repeat. Now go down.